James coming off an outstanding game, including another strong closeout. Chris Bosh was quiet in game 2 after that 30-point game. Rose kicks it out. Oh, James hustling back, able to break it up.
How fast are these people out on the floor? The anticipation of LeBron James on these last 2 plays. And somewhere, Deion Sanders is getting off his couch, doing some high fives here because
you're right. He looks like a free safety. He's a little shaken up. But the speed and the recovery on 3 consecutive trips down the floor. How about the conditioning level for LeBron James? You see him falling over the photographers.
Carlos Boozer referred to this team as the Big Two.
Disciplined defense. And yet game 2 we saw it a couple times. We see a Sheik once again go for that fake. You've got to just accept the fact that Chris Bosh is going to shoot a 19-footer. If he makes it, you've done your job.
Bosh has now hit his last 16 free throws. Have that 30-point game. Game 1 in Chicago. One of the rare bright spots for Miami, shooting 12 of 18 from the field with just 10 points. In game 2 with a rushed shot.
But I think it's a shot he has to take because they're not going to get a better one later in the shot clock.
Here comes James. Nice pass. Beautifully done as James attracted the defense and was able to set it up.
Meanwhile, it's LeBron James going right to the rim, finding Chris Bosh. And the Bulls, their defense.
Carlos Boozer referred to this team as the Big Two.
With the look out, Rose able to swipe at it, leads Bogans. And Bogans passed on the shot. He heard the footsteps.
Yeah, I heard him too.
Miami with a 21-17 lead. 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Marv Albert, Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Craig Sager. We're at American Airlines Arena in Miami for Game 3 of this best-of-7 Eastern Conference.
Anthony has been terrific here in the first quarter.
That stops a 9-1 Miami run. Oh, Wade goes glass. I don't know if that was the intent, but he'll take it.
Yeah, he's a good glass shooter.
Kyle Korver as well has struggled during this series. You start to think about it when you really don't get an open look because of that speed and length.
Bosh, James, and Haslam on the front line for Miami. Bosh with the spin, and again draws the foul. 2 more free throws for Bosh.
A lot of talking going on here between Chris Bosh and Taj Gibson. And I think talking and the jawing back and forth on that play right there from Gibson. And that's how Bosh should have been playing all season. I thought he was very tentative early on, trying to mix in with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And there's a little jab back there as he's telling Taj Gibson to get out of here.
Gibson on the foul. That is his second. Bosh had that free throw streak broken as he hit 1 of 2 in that previous trip to the line.
And look at the talking here by Taj Gibson right in the face of Chris Bosh. We don't know the mentality of Chris Bosh. He's been called at times very soft, tentative. And I think Taj Gibson has read those same quotes trying to get into the head of Chris Bosh.
I think he would have been fine if he hadn't swiped at the play because Bosh made a beautiful move, but he was off balance.
Carlos Boozer referred to this team as the Big Two.
To become a little hesitant.
23-19 Miami. Sheik now defending on Bosh.
Tom Thibodeau to keep his MVP on the bench. A little more rest for him. He's getting some scoring from other options.
Boozer, I should say Bosh.
Free throw line. Things start to click after that.
Boozer with the last 8 points for Chicago. Nice move by Bosh.
How many times are we going to see this, Steve, in this series? As soon as Bosh or LeBron James or Dwayne Wade gives a little bit of a shoulder fake, these Bulls are going pogo.
5 shots. Now has 8 points. Came alive by hitting 4 in a row. Bosh with no hesitation. Bosh is on fire. 5 of 8.
Yes, Bosh, the activity, and you're absolutely right, Steve. He's gotten his rhythm. Started off at the
16 in the second quarter. And a continues. James who fires. Rebounded by Boozer.
You know, that is a beautiful job on LeBron James. Contested, long, two-point shot.
Vivian Wade on the backcourt. Here's Bosh. How about Chris Bosh? He's hit his last 8 shots. The Bulls since back in the first quarter. They're up 10-9. Now Bogans called for the push on Wade, and they have some words. Touch. Some pushing and shoving between Bogans and Wade, and Bogans has to be restrained.
Well, he's got to let it go now. He's got to let it go. You got to be smart. We don't know exactly what happened between the two, but there's the push by Bogans at the end, and then here's the words between Wade and Bogans. You see the official, Ron Gerritsen, gets in the middle.
That is his second.
I'm going to get a text from Bruce. He's going to crush me.
So Bosh to the line. And Ron Gerritsen continues the chat with both Wade and Bogans. A programming reminder, join the resistance from TNT and DreamWorks Television. Falling Skies 2-hour series premieres Sunday, June 19th at 9/8 Central, only on TNT.
Steve, I agree with you 100%. So which one of these teams are going to make one of those 7-0, 8-0 spurts? You know, the defense has been outstanding from both sides, but
Carlos Boozer referred to this team as the Big Two. That looks like a zone.
Yeah, he's just going to play on the strong side away from Anthony whenever Anthony doesn't have the ball. And just zone up. Kind of a one-man zone.
Good job by Noah on Bosh, but he hits anyway. 24 points for Bosh. Ariel Chalmers is back. Chalmers and Miller off the bench. Dang cheating over to help. And again, isolation with James giving it up to Bosh, and he scored.
Ahead by more than 4 points, but Chicago doing a great job of keeping Miami out of transition and out of the paint, but the Heat have knocked down a lot of jump shots tonight.
Miami has led by as many as 9 off that 10-2 run. Shot clock down to 3. Here is Bosh again. He's hit 11 of his last 13.
Carlos Boozer referred to this team as the Big Two.
Steve got it.
Well, they say Noah, not Gibson, so Noah with number 4. Nice pass from Wade, and Bosh again. Sensational game for Chris Bosh. 30 points to match the total he had in game 1.
Miami is so good at building.
Exploded, hung in the air. I didn't think he had a chance to make that thing. Incredible.
20 points for Rose. Miami up by 4. 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Bosh to the rim. And he draws the foul.
That's supposed to be an and one for Boozer, but at the other end, yes, I will go with you on Bosh having a career game in the playoffs, but this is terrible defense by Carlos Boozer. You gamble at one end, and Boozer's here's the shot by James right out there. Here's the shot by James right out there. Here's the shot by James right out there. Look at the foul. Here's the foul by Boozer. Just a little left-hand shoulder. Yeah.
They lost 2 games in a row. They had 3 or 4 days to think about game 2 and to prepare. All the talk was about getting into transition. Derrick Rose was going to have a huge night. And to get thumped like this and just worked defensively the way they have, you wonder if they can muster the confidence to come back and win game 4.
Well, the confidence is going to lie in. We know what their defense is going to bring. To me, where they're going to find offense. Because building the wall for Derrick Rose to get into the paint, and if Boozer is not clicking, I don't know where points are going to come for Chicago.
And that's the scary part. Boozer is clicking tonight. He's got 25.
That you've had higher scoring games, but never a game of more significance. What got into you tonight?
Well, I mean, you know, I just wanted to be aggressive and just have some kind of imprint on this series. You know, I had an aggressive game one. Game two was so-so, but we still won. But, you know, out here on the home floor, I just wanted to be aggressive, and it turned out to be a good game.
After game three of the series against Boston, you were criticized for saying you weren't ready for the moment. What have you learned, or what have you changed?
Well, I mean, I didn't say I wasn't ready for the moment, and that was only one game. You know, you don't get too high or too low. Nothing changed. You know, I've always just stayed confident and believed in myself, and that's all that matters.
A variety of ways to score tonight, including a right-handed hook. After you missed your first three, how did you get so hot?
Well, I mean, you know, just kept believing, man. I wanted to start out aggressive. I felt that I missed some pretty good shots, some open looks, and, you know, it was back rim. And I figured, you know, as the game goes on, my legs will kind of give in just a little bit, and it'll be perfect, and it worked out.
Carlos Boozer referred to this team as the Big Two. How important is it for you to win your individual matchup against Boozer?
I mean, it's not important. I just have to come out and be aggressive every game and have an effect. And all that other noise outside, I really don't care about. So all I care about is winning games, and we do whatever it takes to get that.
Terrific game tonight. Congratulations. Back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you, Craig. 34 for Bosh. Strong all-around performance.